Guys, welcome back. And can you guess where I am today? Well, that's Blue John Cavern, the world famous Blue John Cavern. Right, so there is your price list for the cavern. Pretty steep actually, isn't it? But for you guys you're worth it, so I'll tell you. Hello.
Hi.
Where do you get entrance for the cavern?
The next available tour is 3:15.
Oh, do you have to go through the tour? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, 3:15.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've got 2:15 for one ticket. 2:15.
Yeah, 2:15. Yeah.
Everyone keeps buying tickets and leaving me one. So you're alright then, instead of waiting another hour.
Yeah. Cool.
One adult, yeah.
Yes, please. Yeah.
So there's your ticket.
Thank
So
you.
You go for a wander. Just make sure you're back 5 minutes before. You wait out on the front and we'll give you a shout.
Yeah, perfect.
Alright.
Thank you. Right, so as you saw there, I've got the ticket, 15 quid, been mugged. Now I've got to wait about 50 minutes for the next tour. So it's a guided tour that takes you around. So I may not do any talking in there because it's 15 people to a tour. Luckily it would have been 3:30, but because it was just me on my lonesome, she had one ticket left for the 2:30 slot. 2:15, sorry. Not 2:30, 2:15. So we're on that one. So, just going to chill and sunbathe for half an hour. And hopefully not miss the tour. And go for my first tour around Blue John Cavern with you guys. Awesome. Hope you're looking forward to it. I am. If you're not, turn over. No, I'm joking. Anyway, chill for a bit. Right guys, it's about, what was it, 4 minutes to 2, so I better go sit in the waiting area now. Don't want to miss my tour, not 15 quid a pop anyway. We'll head down there, and then we'll go inside the cavern. Should be fun, let's go.
Right everybody, you've got 32 steps to begin with, take your time, hold on to the handrail and do not rush. Right, away we go.
I probably should have done that, it's pretty slippy. 32 steps. The hands are all slippy now.
It's not the problem when we go downstairs, it's the problem when we go upstairs.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh dear.
It is slippery.
Oops. Hey, welcome to take photographs.
Yeah.
Right everybody, what to say to you then is welcome to the cavern. Very soon we'll go down into the system. A quick brief introduction, I'm called Brian. Are you all okay to do 245 steps down and back? Because that's what you've got to do. You're not all together and you won't be rushed. So are you all happy with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, if you're happy with that, we'll continue. Right, the caverns all created when a series of ice ages came to an end. So what actually happened was vast amounts of melting water rushed through here, making the system larger and larger, and it ended up like it is now about 11,000 years ago. And that's when the last major ice age came to an end. We shall follow the course of the water that made the system, and including what you see here, you'll see nothing on this tour mined, totally water-worn. Moving on to the Blue John, if you've heard of it, Britain's rarest mineral, only found in Treat Cliff, that's the mountainside we're in. It's not found anywhere else, anywhere. And there's 14 known what to call veins. Of those, 8 are in this system. One of those 8 areas is on the tourist route. So when we get where the Blue John is, I'll show it here, give you a little speech. And if you've got any Blue John questions, let's save those till we look at the Blue John. Now, what I do after I've done my speech at every level, I'll give you the opportunity, if you wish, to ask me questions. So, has anyone got any questions at this point before we go? No? Right, I'm going to come to the front and lead on. We've got a slope and then we've got 94 very steep steps with a low roof. So this is the most difficult part, please be careful. So if I can come to the front, folks,
I will be in the front.
and away we go, take
You
the
will be
right.
behind. Listen. I will
That was very big.
Well, that's okay, isn't it?
Really smart.
That's alright, it's not all that, is it?
Down the slope and 91 steps.
turn back there.
You're okay, go.
No, no, go.
Sure. Thank you.
I'm not sure I know where. It's scary.
These are steep. Definitely see why they say keep on the rail.
Yes, I am.
It's very risky.
They're going to blow the whole place up.
It's like people have got stuck a bit up
It's
there.
only been a minute. Gosh, I'll tell you something. It's only been 10 seconds and everyone's already scared.
It's scary down here.
Just imagine it's come down here every day like Brian.
It's gonna collapse on our heads.
What if Brian
Let's
does
take the
that?
old days.
I shouldn't say it actually.
Stop there.
Oh my god. Of course.
Well, this was going to be a short video. It's actually going to be a long one. So you just have to bear with. So I'm just going to take you all the way through the cavern. So just get used to it. It's going to be a long one.
Still bottom walking.
I can actually put my shirt on as well. It's a bit chilly down here.
Minecraft, that's not me. It's
Got to say though, it's actually pretty cool.
Oh, that's okay.
Whew.
We lost one. She turned back at the start.
We've lost 10.
Man down.
That's what the 15 was.
Oh, now there's 5 of us.
Well, we lost half the team. Yay. Amazing.
How many times a day do you do this, Brian?
If we're busy, 5. Up to 5 times a day.
How many people have slipped? How many people have slipped coming down the steps?
How many people have slipped going down the step? Quite a lot.
Have you ever slipped?
Never.
Good.
If you wear the proper footwear, you're laughing.
Yeah.
People who slip most are people who don't understand it, but they come here with walking boots on. They're not suitable.
Yeah. Says me in walking boots.
When did they start mining it? How long ago?
The Blue John have no idea, but they know in the area they've been mining lead for 2,500 years.
Oh.
When they started mining the Blue John, I don't know.
Also, there's lead mines here as well.
It's a big lead mining area, or
Right.
it was in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to know anything more rating, feel free, apart from the Blue John question.
Who actually owns the mine? Is it privately owned or?
Yeah, the bloke at the top, I don't know if you saw him with the white hair.
Yeah.
Probably.
Didn't know if it was like National Trust or like that or.
All the cabins are private. Right, this is where you two children, this is just the two children on the tour, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is where you get the advantage on the adults till you grow bigger. We come into the one low narrow part, 12 yards, 11 metres long, and once you've gone through here, you're in the massive caverns. What we're going to do then is walk a little short way, and then we're actually going to go down what's called the 39-step cavern. And when you go down there, you need to walk on your left-hand side, that's the safest. So this little passage, the low part, 12 yards, 11 metres long, and then you're in the massive caverns. Away we go.
Oh, you guys are all enjoying this? I am. You can see all the crystal.
People live down there.
And that was the previous tour group. Check it out. Oh, that's weird.
Right, up we go, down to 39 steps, Alan.
Look at all that. It's like the cliffs have got a cold, like they're full of snot. Anyway, let's go down the left-hand side. As Brian said, it was the safest side. Can't help thinking he's having a dig at me with the walking boots as well. You never know. Right. Take it slow and steady. Don't want to slip. That's it. No. Wow. Well, this is pretty damn cool. Sure. I missed a step. Too busy looking up. Wow. Surprised actually they've got aluminium chopper plate there, because aluminium is notoriously slippy. Wow.
What's some of your question?
How deep is this cave?
How deep is the cave?
How deep do we go? When you get to the bottom, you'll be 300 feet, 100 metres below the surface.
And that is...
Right, we're going to go down into the bottom cavern now, where we're actually going to come into contact with running water. Away we go.
I'll give you one tip. If you're going to come down here, wear something warm. It's like 20 degrees upstairs, but it's pretty cold down here. See the water coming down? Actually. Wow. This is the bottom. Yeah. Well, as far as we can go, I think carries on down. We've been at it. They ran out of handrail. How cool is that? See a bit of crystal sparkling there.
Right folks, so this is as far as we go on the tour. This is called the variegated cavern against the total water wall. Most people at this point want to know the size of that exactly. So from the bottom of the wall up there to the roof, that's about 130 feet or 40 metres. And then we've gone 70 feet or 60 more metres to the surface. So give or take a couple of metres or a few feet, we are 300 feet, 100 metres below ground. People then want to know if any go any deeper. Well, on the tour today, you've only seen approximately 1/4 of the
Blue JUHN.
Even though I'm
Beautiful, isn't it?
I don't know what to do.
Awesome.
About 1840, Mulgrave and some friends explored the system. The story goes we stopped where we are to have a meal, and since then they've always called it Mulgrave's Dining Room. And this cavern's been created by 2 rivers of the melting ice sheets. So we have the big river that came from where we came from. The smaller river came from up there, goes to more caverns and more areas of Blue JUHN. When those rivers collided, a whirlpool made the cavern and the water went off down there where we've already been. Right, let's move on to the Blue JUHN then. So Blue JUHN is calcium fluoride. Chemical formula CaF2. Calcium fluoride is quite common. What does make Blue JUHN unique are the coloured bands running through it, so what actually are they? When they've analysed it, some contains iron oxide, some oil, some bitumen, and we have trace uranium. Some people actually believe that the radiation of the uranium played a part forming the Blue JUHN. You most likely know that they use it to make jewellery. So that's rings, bracelets, necklaces, things like that. Now, in the old days, when they had large pieces, they didn't tend to make jewellery, they made bigger objects at places like Chatsworth. 2 men in Castleton in the 1700s, they used to slice it and use it as a decorative inlay in fireplace surrounds. Slice it thin with a light behind it, you can actually see through it, used in some leaded windows. Now, it is actually still a working mine, but we only mine the Blue JUHN from November till March. And the reason we do that, that's when we're very quiet from a tourist point of view. You can actually come on a tour in the mining time. Tours do get priority over mining. Now, it's us guys that do the mining, and the most common question I always get is how do you mine it? With electric today, we saw it out of the rock with a diamond tip chainsaw, so we saw the rock out. Over to you folks if anyone has any questions. Okay, these were put in between 1919 and 1923, put in without any electric. That was put in 1960, 1961. Now when you get to the top of these few steps, you see a large rock that's stood on its own. It's known as the balancing rock. Estimated to weigh between 12 and 15 tonnes, and I think at some point it broke free out of the wall, slid down the ledge where we see it. We're then going to go back up the 39 step caverns, where we'll have our next little bit. So no rush, ongoing.
Who's the customers for Blue JUHN that you mine?
Sorry?
Who's the customers for Blue JUHN that you mine during winter? Just the
People
shop?
mine the jewellery in the shops.
Purely for the shop, or definitely anywhere else? Like a fireplace with walls.
No, as far as I know, it's in the shop, and the owner of the castle also has got a shop in Castle from Village as well. So it goes in there as well.
That's the balancing rock. As you can see. Let's hope it keeps its balance and don't fall. So that fell down and landed there. Not during a tour, I hope. You never know though.
We all made it? Yes. 2 more? I'll have a breather. Now, it is worth actually having a look up to see the course the water took as it carried it out. Now, when we get to the top of these steps, on the right hand side is what's called Waterfall cavern, which is full of flowstone. Flowstone is the same stuff that makes a stalactite or stalagmite, but it's running down the walls instead. The way it gets formed, water penetrating, especially if it's got acid rain in it, will dissolve the limestone. It forms as a drip. The water then evaporates away, leaving behind a film of limestone. It's an extremely slow process. What we're going to do now is go back up on the left-hand side. After you've looked at the Waterfall cavern, you can go through into what's called the Grand Crystallized cavern, and if you go into that cavern, you'll see it has a very large dome in the roof. So once again, on we go. The safest one on.
So there you go. Waterfall cavern, thousands of years to form. Awesome.
You can look up into the roof and see the large dome.
That's pretty epic. That's pretty amazing.
When this was what was being made, the British Isles were down near the equator part of the supercontinent known as Pangaea. That's before the continents all broke up on the tectonic plates and drifted apart. Believe it or not, we're studying what was at one time a shallow water tropical lagoon. And this rock is completely made up of the shells, backbones and debris of trillions of dead sea creatures. Now, what actually happened is these things died, they fell onto the seabed, made a shell and bone, and under weight and pressure over a 60 million year period, they all built up to make this rock. Some of the rock's 2 miles thick in the peaks, and it's hard to realise how something as small as a finger can make rock this thick. Now, the fossils are mainly what's called crinoids and brachiopods. When you come through this narrow section, 4 foot up, if you meet a people, that's just over a metre, there's a band that deep of a round fossil known as a brachiopod. And just past there on the right hand side, you've all got your phones, you'll see like screw threads in the rock. Those are crinoids, those are the main fossil in here. Most of this rock is made up of crinoids. Yeah, any questions?
No.
Nice and careful when you come through then.
There's water dropping on my head.
The fossils, Jen.
There we are. The brachiopods. Those like screws of crinoids.
See them there? All the fossil shells? That's pretty cool. See all the fossil shells?
Yeah, they're everywhere, aren't they? Well, they're all over the rocks, everywhere you look. Quite a big one there somewhere. When you see smooth rocks, it's made of...
Corona.
So these are crinoids, some people call them crinoids.
They were little shellfish or like corals.
Very, very primitive marine creature, that's what they were. Really cold surface air coming through now.
300 million years ago when they had mobile.
Straight into this area here, please. So catch up, shall we? And just
There's actually a door up there where they mine the blue john. Pretty cool. Right. I'm going to take your time going up. And your battery's on 4%, so it's actually right, it's very knowledgeable. No questions for it. He's quite thorough. So I'm going to head up and I'll see you guys on the surface. See, that's another wooden door where they go mining. So you've got a 4,000-year-old tibia, a 4,000-year-old antler bone, some other bones. Pretty cool. Look there. A nice piece of blue john there. Beautiful. And awesome.
Part of the system that is man-made, they were blasted out to give people an easier access. If you went a long way up there, you actually come to a shaft that goes into the field at the back. The shaft's called a swallow. Water poured through the swallow, making the caverns, and that was the original way that people used to come in. Now, when you do get to the top of these steps, you've got to turn left. And if anyone wants to go into the shop again, you have to walk right around the building to come back in. So you have got 32 final steps, then you are out, and it is your final chance if anyone wants to ask anything. No, let's go. 32 steps. It's far too nice to be down on the ground.
yeah. See, because he's so knowledgeable, nobody has any questions. That'd be cool to go that way. Anyway, let's go back to the surface. Knowledgeable, excellent. Okay, appreciate it. What a lovely guy. Let's hope he never slips. Just gotta say, haven't you? Anyway, we're back, sun's shining. So, to sum up, it was 15 quid. Was it worth it? Yeah, probably. It's a once in a lifetime thing, isn't it? And it's privately owned, they've got to fund it and everything, so yeah. So, what do you think? Did you guys enjoy it? There you go, full tour of the Blue John Cavern. Surprised my battery's actually lasted, to be fair. It's running on about 2%. I didn't bring the spares, they're in the van. Which is where I'm heading back to now. So yeah, 15 quid. But yeah, it was not bad at all. Slightly more expensive than I thought it would be. I'd say probably about a tenner, it's probably worth it, but anyway. So there you go. Blue John Cavern.